Hello, good evening everyone. 6 o'clock you can see on your screen and we'll start. Last lecture we finished up to that exercise 2.1 is over. Now before we start with exercise 2.2, we'll have to look at certain theory and let me start with that theory. After insurance, now it is annuity. The name of the chapter itself is insurance and annuity. Out of that, insurance is over and now we are starting with annuity. What are the steps of insurance? Insurance ke steps kya the? By this time you must be knowing all the steps. First is property value, which is given. Then policy value. Policy value will be is equal to property value into rate of policy. After policy, the third step is premium. Premium is equal to policy value into rate of premium. After premium, the next step is commission. Commission is equal to commission is paid on premium. Commission is equal to premium into rate of commission. After this fourth step, next is calculate loss amount. Calculate loss amount. The next step is your calculate claim. Claim is equal to loss into policy value upon property value. And then we saw one more step, actual loss. What is the formula of actual loss? Actual loss is equal to, yeah Rita, good evening. Actual loss equal to what? What plus what minus what? दो जन का एडिशन एक माइनस होगा उसमें से. Actual loss is equal to, yes, actual loss is equal to, waiting for your reply, yes, premium plus the loss minus claim. Premium plus loss minus claim is equal to actual loss. That is all about your insurance. Now let's come to the next part, second half, annuity. Okay, annuity. The annuity, and annuity is a sequence of payment. What is annuity? Annuity is sequence of payment of equal amount. Important, it should be equal amounts. Amount should be equal, one equal amount, and fixed frequency. Frequency also should be fixed. What do you mean by frequency? What do you mean by equal amount? Let me come to that point. First, equal amount. What do you mean by equal amount? You know equal amount means same amount. Let's say if the first amount is 1000, what I'm talking about is equal amount. If the first amount is 1000, second amount also has to be 1000, third amount has to be 1000, fourth amount has to be 1000, and so on. All amounts should be same amount. For example, I'm taking 1000. If the first amount is 8000, then second amount should be 8000, third amount 8000, fourth amount 8000. That is equal amounts. Is that clear? Equal amounts. Amount should be equal. And frequency should be fixed. Fixed frequency. What do you mean by fixed frequency? This amount of payment should be done at fixed interval. That is called as frequency. Means if the first 1000 is paid monthly, first month, month 1, first month, then 1000 should be in the second month, then 1000 should be in the third month, then this 1000 should be in the fourth month, and so on. So what is the interval? What is the gap between the first and the second? 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, every month, and that is called as fixed frequency. Sir, is it must? It should be monthly? Not necessarily it should be monthly. It can be yearly also. If this 1000, first 1000 is on year 1, the next 1000 will be at year 2, year 3, year 4. That is called as fixed frequency. Interval should be same. समझ में आ गया? If it is weekly, then every time it should be weekly. If it is daily, it should be every day. That is called as fixed frequency. दोनों पॉइंट समझा क्या? In annuity क्या होना चाहिए? Amount should be equal. In annuity, amount should be equal and the period should be fixed. same period. Okay, again I'm taking an example. Let's say rupees 5,000 is paid, payment of rupees 5,000. The next should be of 5,000. The next should be of 5,000, and so on. Amount should be same, equal amount. The first amount can be anything. If it is 50,000 or 55,000, then second amount also has to be 55,000. Third amount has to be 55,000. Equal amount. जो भी amount होगा, it can be 1,000, it can be 2,000, it can be 5,000, but every time the amount should be same, equal. And second, the interval. Let's say this is year. If this 55,000 is year 1, so this should be in the second year, this should be in the third year, so on. Yes, like premium. Correct. That is called as annuity. That is called as annuity. So annuity में क्या होना चाहिए? दो चीजें होनी चाहिए. Number one, क्या होना चाहिए annuity में? Number one, amount should be equal. Second, the frequency should be equal. Okay. Now, what is not an annuity? Suppose I'm saying rupees 1,000 first year, 1,000 second year, 2,000 third year, then no amount, nil, zero amount, then 1,000. Is it an annuity? Yeah, this example is of annuity. Answer is no, because this is 1,000. Okay, every amount now should be, if the first amount is 1,000, every amount should be 1,000. Here it is 1,000. Okay, this is 2,000. Not okay. बस आगे जाने का जरूरत भी नहीं, आगे चेक भी करने का जरूरत नहीं. This amount is not equal to 1,000. So therefore, this is not an example of annuity. Clear? Next example लेता हूं, और भी example लेता हूं. Rupees 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Okay. Now here I'm saying the period or year. Year 1, year 2, year 4, year 4 and year 5. Fourth year में दो बार 3,000 आ गया. Then fifth year, then 2, and this is 1. So amount, no problem. Okay, all amounts are okay. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. But look at the year. 1, okay. Then 2, the gap is 1 year. This gap is 1 year. Now here 2 and 4, so gap is 2 years. चलेगा क्या? Gap should be equal. So here, because it is 4, नहीं चलेगा. Are you getting me? An amount is called as annuity if it satisfies two conditions. Number one, the amount should be equal, and then frequency, that is period, also should be fixed. If it is year, then it should be year, every year. If it is monthly, then every month. This student, you must have heard about loan. Bank से loan लेते हैं, bank से loan, home loan, yes, some loan is taken from bank. Loan is taken from bank. Let us say rupees 10 lakhs loan is taken. Okay. And then you must have heard this word called as EMI. Have you heard this word EMI? EMI word सुना है क्या? EMI stands for equated, equal monthly installments. Equal monthly installment. What that E says? Equal. Then M says monthly, and therefore it is annuity. Let's say I'm paying 21,000 first month. EMI is 21,000. Second month also I'll be paying 21,000. Third month also, that is first month, second month, third month, fourth month, every month I'll be paying 21,000. This is again example of payment of installment. This is again an example of what? Annuity. So annuity में कितनी चीजें होनी चाहिए? To call an amount to be an annuity, two things should be there. The amount should be equal. The payment or the amount should be equal amount. One, equal amount. And what else? The frequency should be fixed frequency. 2 points. Number 1, amount should be equal. Number 2, the frequency, that is the period, should be fixed. कम ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. Clear? First point clear? A payment is called as annuity if it is equal amount and fixed frequency. Can the frequency be quarterly? Every quarter I'll be paying some amount. Let's say 5,000. I'll be paying every quarter.
पढ़ाई के लिए मेहनत तो सब करते हैं, लेकिन स्मार्ट स्टडी कौन करता है? प्री एग्जाम ऐप के साथ बनाइए अपनी तैयारी सुपर स्मार्ट. प्री एग्जाम ऐप देता है वाइड रेंज के एग्जाम्स की तैयारी, जैसे जी, नीट, कैट, सीए फाउंडेशन, सीएस सीट, बैंकिंग, रेलवे, एसएससी एमबीए एंट्रेंस, SYJC कॉम, TYB कॉम और भी बहुत कुछ. चैप्टर वाइज टेस्ट्स एंड मॉक टेस्ट्स, डिटेल्ड परफॉर्मेंस एनालिसिस, और अब तैयारी होगी एकदम परफेक्ट. कहीं भी कभी भी पढ़ाई करें और एक विशाल क्वेश्चन बैंक आपकी तैयारी को बनाए आसान. इंस्टेंट इवैल्यूएशन से तुरंत जानिए अपनी परफॉर्मेंस और पाएं पर्सनलाइज्ड फीडबैक. तो अब देरी किस बात की? प्री एग्जाम ऐप डाउनलोड करें और अपने नाम से रजिस्टर्ड करें और एक विशाल क्वेश्चन बैंक बिल्कुल फ्री और अपनी सफलता की कहानी लिखें. लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है. प्री एग्जाम ऐप स्मार्ट तैयारी का साथी.
Is it an annuity? 5,000 every quarter. Yes, it is an annuity. Okay. 1,500 every 6 months. 1,500 every 6 months. Is it an annuity? Yes, it is an annuity. Okay. Next. The term annuity originally referred to annual payments. Originally, it was referred to annual payments. Hence the name annuity. But it is now also used for payment with any frequency. Actually, originally, word annuity came from the word annual. Annual payment, वहां से आ गया annuity. So initially, in the olden days, for annual payment, it was called as annuity. But nowadays, it can be payments with any frequency, monthly, quarterly, half yearly, कुछ भी चलेगा. तो अभी annuity बोलते तो it can be yearly, it can be quarterly, it can be semi-annually, it can be monthly, it can be weekly, any period. Okay? Clear second point? Next. Annuity appears in many situations. For example, interest payment on an investment can be considered as annuity. Interest payment, same amount if it is paid, okay, on investment, then it will be an annuity. क्या होना चाहिए? दो चीजें होनी चाहिए. Amount same होना चाहिए and the frequency, the period भी fixed होना चाहिए. That is annuity. Another example is an important application is a schedule of payment to pay off a loan. अभी अभी बात किया ना EMI. This is nothing else but EMI. EMI is a good example of annuity. EMI का full form क्या है? Equal or equated monthly installments. Every month. Okay? Equated, equal. The word annuity referred to in everyday language usually to a life annuity. पूरे life तक देना है. Usually, normally, but not always. A life annuity pays out the income at a regular interval until you die. Suppose I promise to, let's say I promise to Mr. A, every month I'll be paying you 1,000 till I'm alive. मैंने Mr. A को क्या बोल दिया? What I told myself, I told Mr. A, I will pay you rupees 1,000 till I am alive. क्या प्रॉमिस दिया उसको? क्या प्रॉमिस किया? I will pay him. I am going to pay him. How much amount? 1,000, a fixed amount. Okay, 1,000 every month. Let me add here. every month, 1000 every month till I am alive. Till I am alive. Now, can you tell me how many payments I'm going to make to Mr. A? Do you know exact number of payments I'll be making? Yes, every month I'll be making, that is yearly 12 payments. But how many number of payments I'll be making? Uncertain it is, because what I'm saying, till I'm alive. Now, it is possible that I may die after 2 years, so that will stop. I may die after 5 years, so it will stop. So there is probability. Till I may be alive for next 10 years. I may be alive for 5 years. I may be alive for 20 years. So you don't know exactly. And another is, if I am saying myself, I am saying to Mr. A, I will pay you 1000. This is example number 2. This is example 1, example 2. Let me change the name here. Mr. Z. Okay, myself to Mr. Z. I said, I will pay you rupees 1500 every month for next 2 years. Now my promise is, earlier my promise was till I alive with Mr. A, but with Mr. Z, what I'm saying? Next 2 years, every month for 2 years, means how many payments I'm going to make it? कितना payment करने वाले हम? 24 number of payments, 24 payments. That means I'll be paying 21,500 into 24, agreed? 2 years. So 24. So 0, 0, 24, 5 are 120, carry 12 and 36. That is, I'll be making total payment of 36,000. Okay. Here, the period is fixed. What about the first case? Is the period fixed? No, it may be 5 years, it may be 10 years, it may be 15 years, it may be even 1 year, it may be even less than 1 year. Agreed? In the first case, it can be even less than 1 year if I die after 5 months. Okay, clear, dosto? Clear? So that is, now I'll come to that. A life annuity. What do you mean by life annuity? Life annuity means you will be paying until you die. Until you die. Then that is called as life annuity. Yes. Pay until you die. Thus, the number of payments of life annuity is not known. Agreed? अभी मैंने बताया. Thus, the number of payments that of a life annuity makes is unknown. कितने payments करेंगे? Not known. Agreed? समझा या नहीं समझा? Death is uncertain. Death is uncertain. Agreed? Hello? Death is uncertain. So the number of payments also uncertain. We cannot say this many payments I'll be doing. Okay. An annuity with fixed number of payments is called as annuity certain. Fixed number of payments. अभी मैंने जो example लिया था, to Mr. X, I'll be paying for how many period? 2 years. That is 24 months. So an annuity with fixed number of payments is called as annuity certain. What it is called as? Annuity certain. While an annuity whose number of payments depends on some other event such as life annuity is known as contingent annuity. Is known as contingent annuity. दोनों समझा क्या? Annuity is certain. In annuity certain, the period is known, fixed number. And in contingent annuity, period is not certain. Certain period, Annuity is certain, fixed period. Annuity is certain. When the period is uncertain, then that is called as contingent annuity. Okay, chilling. Valuing contingent annuity requires use of probabilities. Contingent annuity requires probabilities. Means if I'm alive for next 10 years, if I'm alive for next 15 years, if I'm alive for next 12 years, so that is called as probabilities. It will depend on probabilities. Okay. Next, terminology in annuity. 4 parties of annuity. One is annuitant. One is annuitant. A person who receives an annuity is called as annuitant. Example लेता हूं मैं. Issuer, a company, usually an insurance company that issues an annuity. Then owner, an individual or an entity that buys an annuity for an issuer of the annuity and makes contribution to annuity. Example ले रहा हूं मैं, 2 मिनट रुको. And the last, beneficiary, a person who receives a death benefit from an annuity from the death is called as annuitant. समझा रहा हूं मैं, of the annuitant. Now let's say myself is Mr. Disa, right? Disa sir.